Once upon a time, there lived an elderly woman in a small village. Her hair was silvery white, and her face was filled with fine wrinkles, but her eyes held a special sparkle. There was a sense of belonging, a sense of peace. The villagers respected her greatly. She always smiled, no matter how difficult the times she lived alone. Her husband had passed away many years ago, and she had no children, but she never complained. She would often sit outside her small house under a large banyan tree and talk to the villagers, telling everyone to keep smiling. The villagers were hardworking. Some were farmers, some carpenters, and some worked in the market. Sometimes, if it didn't rain, the crops would wither. Sometimes illness would spread through someone's home. Life wasn't easy. And one day, a young woman came crying to the elderly woman. "Kamala, mother, what should I do? My husband has gone to the city in search of work. He hasn't sent any money nor any news. The children are hungry and I'm scared." "Old lady, sit down, daughter, and tell me, what do you think? What will happen now?" "Kamala, I'm scared. What if my husband can't find work? What if he forgets us?" "Old lady Kamala, when we think bad, we feel worse. But when we think good, our hearts lighten, and sometimes goodness actually comes into our lives." "Kamala, but how is it possible to think good when everything is going bad?" "Old lady, come, let me tell you a story. Old lady, there was a poor man who had nothing. No food, no money, no family. He was sitting on the riverbank, crying. Just then, an old woman came and said, 'Son, why are you crying?' He said, 'I have nothing. How can I be happy?' The old woman smiled and said, 'You have the river, the trees, the sun, and life. If you only look at the things you don't have, you will always be sad. But if you look at the things you do have, you will find peace.' That day, the man saw the beauty around him for the first time, and his life gradually changed. There was no magic, no miracle. It was just his thinking that changed. Kamala, can changing your thinking really change your life?" Old woman. "Yes, my child. When you tell yourself every morning that today will be a good day, you will feel stronger. You will be able to take care of your children, work hard, and wait for your husband with hope. But if you live only in fear and worry, your mind will become even more burdened." Kamala's eyes lit up. She said, "I will try. From today on, I will live with positive thoughts." The old woman smiled. "This is the first step, daughter." Kamala woke up every morning and told herself, "Today will be a good day." She worked hard, took care of the children, and waited for a letter from her husband. A few weeks later, a letter arrived. Her husband had written, "I've found a job. I'm sending money." There were tears in Kamala's eyes, but this time they were of joy. "Kamala, mother, your words came true. Everything turned out well." The old woman saw, "My child, when we think positively, good things begin to come into our lives. There will always be difficulties, but if we have hope, we can overcome them." Gradually, more people from the village began to come to her. Everyone would share their problems, and she would say the same thing. "Think positively. Good things will happen." Her words began to touch people's hearts. It was as if a new change had come to the village, and this change was a change in thinking. That old woman gave the village something most precious: the power of positive thinking, a mantra that can help in every difficulty.